Alright guys, welcome back to the video. Today I'm pretty much going to be talking about how to scale. A lot of people have been asking me, how do you scale, like once you find, winning creatives, winning angles, winning desires, all that stuff, right? And to be honest, it's a lot easier than you may think. But I'll pretty much explain everything in this video, right? But first off, credibility. Let me switch the scene. Boom. $76,331.11 in the past 30 days. I'll refresh for everybody who doesn't believe it. All right, here you go. Right, 76K. Pretty simple as this, right? So, pretty much, how do you scale, right? Scaling is honestly super easy. It's pretty much, there's no secret sauce to it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have winning creatives and you want to make more, just spend more. Like, there's not really, if you have like a 2.5 ROAS and you up budget by like 20%, you're probably still gonna have a 2.5 ROAS. Maybe it'll drop to like a 2.25. You know what I mean? So obviously the first way to scale is just increase your budget. And a lot of people have different opinions, I guess, when it comes to increasing your budget. The safest way to increase it is like 15 to 20% every 3 profitable days. That's like the regular thing that people say. But if you've been watching pretty much my TikTok at all, you've seen that I scaled in a really aggressive way. Every time my budget was like a 2.5 or even a 3, I just double budget. And it could be maybe 2 days from then, my budget, my ROAS was still a 2.5 or still a 3. I'm doubling budget again. You know what I mean? So you don't have to stick to the whole doubling or increasing your budget 15 to 20% every 3 days. Like, if you want to play it safe, obviously you could do that, but you don't really have to. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that it'll reset the learning phase, and in some cases it might, but then again, if you have good creatives, resetting the learning phase is not going to do anything. It's just going to make Meta find your audience again. So on the 3rd day, when everything optimizes with your ads, you should be back in the green, right? But another thing with increasing budget is that you can surf scale. Okay. I personally have never surf scaled before. I want to, so the next time that I get above a like 2.5 to 3 ROAS, I'm gonna be surf scaling just to try it out. And pretty much it just means that every few hours you increase your budget. Some people do it that every 2 hours they increase their budget 20%. Other people do every 4 hours. Other people do every 6 hours. I say a median is like every 4 hours. So you just keep on looking at your ROAS and your budget for the day. And if your ROAS is above like a 2.5 or like a 3, then just increase your budget 20% and every few hours, right? And then at the end of the day, people usually reset their budget back to what it was at the beginning of the day. But then again, I don't know if other people just keep it at where it's at. I've never done it before. You know what I mean? This is just me talking off of like what you could do. But yeah, that's also an option. So you could increase your budget 20% every 3 profitable days. You could double your budget if your ROAS is really good. Or you could surf scale, which is like just in the time frame of the day, where it's like you increase budget every few hours in the day, and then when the day ends, you put it back at whatever the original budget was, right? That's pretty much just if you wake up and you look at your sales and your sales are really good. You're like, okay, let me just ride this out, and then you want to increase your budget and then see how it goes, right? Also with scaling, when you're scaling, you need to increase your creative output, right? Like that's pretty much it. You increase your creative output, and as in creatives, I mean your ads, right? So if you're making, let's say you're testing ads, right, and you're releasing maybe 3 ads a day, after a month that would equate to like 90 ads, right? When you're scaling and you're actively increasing your budget and you're trying to hold a steady ROAS, dog, up that like 5 times. You know what I mean? And you don't have to release ads every single day, but try to, especially if you're doing native image ads, dog, do you know how easy it is to make native image ads? Bro, test 500, test 300. You know what I mean? There should be no reason why you're testing less than 100 ads, native image ads a month. If you're doing solely image ads, if you're doing native and video, okay, obviously you get some leeway because video ads take longer to make. But native image ads take literally 5 minutes. Do the research and just pump out a stupid amount of ads. You could honestly, if you spend an hour a day just solely creating ads, let's say you create one really good piece of copy with AI, takes you like 10 minutes, max 10 minutes. It shouldn't take you 10 minutes, but let's say give you leeway. It takes you 10 minutes, right? Then you take the other 50 minutes and you do, let's say, 15 minutes worth of research. Let's say 20 minutes worth of research, right? You research on Reddit, on Facebook, maybe some Google research, whatever, right? Now you have 30 minutes left. If you're using AI to make your images, you could, and let's say you're using Higgsfield, right? Oh, also, if you're using Higgsfield, right? The software that I use is Luxury Tools, right? This pretty much helps me more than it helps you guys. Obviously I have an affiliate link, it's in the description, but you pretty much get all the tools for one. So make the copy with Claude AI, right? And then make the native image as with Higgsfield AI, okay? You pair those together, and honestly, you should be able to create your image ads in less than an hour, and you should be able to make in just those 30 minutes of just ads, right? Because you spent the other 30 minutes doing research and creating the copy. The 30 minutes where it actually comes to making the images, you should be able to make minimum like 50. 50, okay, 50 might be a stretch, but like 30 to 40. Okay, you could definitely pump out like one a minute, and it's not going to be one a minute because in Higgsfield, you could, like, the max is like 8 images at a time. So you can just queue in 8 images to be created, wait 5 minutes, come back, and then after 5 minutes, all 8 images should be done. So 30 divided by 5, 6 times 8, 48. Okay, so basically 50. You feel what I'm saying? You can make a ton of ads, okay? When you're scaling, you also want to increase your creative output, right? I feel like that's really it. Like once you scale to like a certain amount, let's say with native image ads or pretty much video ads to like multi 4 figures a day. So if you start doing 3, 4, 5K a day, you might want to look into getting a customer VA just to respond to emails. And to be honest with me, once I got to those numbers, it kind of was like, it's not that I couldn't respond to emails. It's not that I didn't have time. Like, I had the time, I just didn't want to do it, if I'm being honest with you. And it's like, you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, if I'm doing $5,000 a day in sales, why am I responding to emails? Like, I feel like if I'm really going to spend my time working, I could be working on something that brings me more return for the time that I'm putting in, right? It's not, so don't look at it as, oh, I don't want to waste my money because I could do it. You can, but if you're going to spend, like, let's say you could either scroll on your phone or you could work, right? If you can work, why do you want to spend your time working and responding to emails? You feel what I'm saying? Like, the time you spend responding to emails, you could be using it to make ads. And if you're using it to make ads, you're going to make more money with the time that you spend rather than, responding to emails. It doesn't make sense. You feel what I'm saying? And a customer VA, some of them are really, really cheap. I've seen people get them for like $3.5 to $4 an hour. On average, it'll be around $5 to $7 an hour, and then other people probably pay more if you're getting it from the US. You don't have to get it from the US. Get it from Asia or something. It's cheaper. Like, they have a cheaper cost of living, so they don't need you to pay them as much for them to be satisfied with what they're getting, which makes sense. So yeah. So you got scaling, you got creative output, customer VA. Is there anything else? I feel like that's pretty much it when it comes to scaling. Like, yeah, it's not really much else. Like, to get to 100K months, that's really all you need. To get to $1 million a month, I can't tell you that because I've never reached it, right? But to get to 100K months, or where you're doing between 3,000 to 6,000 a day, that's really all you need. So yeah, that's really it. So yeah, that's pretty much how you scale. Don't ever complicate it. The thing that people overcomplicate the most is their budget. Do not be like fiddling with your campaign. Like, your budget itself, you can like fluctuate your budget. You can increase it, decrease it, whatever, it's gonna be fine. Don't be constantly turning on and off your campaigns and your ad sets if you're gonna be messing with your budget, because messing with your campaign is like top 10 easiest ways to fully just blow your entire e-com brand. Okay, don't do it. I made the same mistake when I was starting off dropshipping. I'd get scared. Oh my god, this thing has been running for 6 hours. It has a 0.5 ROAS. It's been running from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Like, you haven't even waited till noon to check how it's doing, right? Stop touching it. Give it a few days. If you lose 100, maybe $150, you feel what I'm saying? Not overall. If you lose $150 overall, cut the product. But I'm saying, like, if you lose $150 in those 2 days, but overall you're still like in the profit, like net, like overall you're still profitable. Okay, I'm making this so confusing. If overall you're still profitable, but you lose $100, $200, whatever, bro, like it's fine. Okay, you're not gonna die. The world is end. Okay, so yeah, I was kind of yapping this video, but that's fine. Hope this has helped you guys to figure out how to scale, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Man.